Yes. Perfect. So, yes. So then to make one of these pairs. And then when we get in pairs, I'll have a question for everybody, and then we can do a few rounds of that. Yes. You have nothing? These are examples. So, how do I better explain it?
Okay, let's do this. Everybody get up and we'll practice this and we'll learn as we go, okay? So just find somebody who has either the same color as you or the same like form, the pictures. So aces, kings, and once you get into groups, we can go by and answer any questions that you have.
Or some of them are the truth. So it depends. Which one are you trying to do? Okay. So this one is this one for like diamond. Try and
Ask me where I come from, I'll say a different land, but I've got memories, travel like gypsies. I count gates and numbers and play the guessing game. It's just the place that changes, the rest is still the same, but I've got
do we have any groups yet?
travel like gypsies.
What's your group? Woo! Okay, so if you find your groups, the question is going to be, what's your favorite thing to do in the summer? A little discussion question. What, did you not hear the question? What's your favorite thing to do over the summer? Discuss. And if you finish that one, what's your favorite cartoon character and why? Yes. So we have two going on. What's your favorite thing to do over the summer? And what's your favorite cartoon character and why? You can pick your pick. Just let me know if you need a new question. Need a new question. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten? What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Need your need you to hold me up. I need someone like you around. So hold me up, oh, hold me up. No, I know you'll never let me down. Say hold me up, oh, hold me up. No, I need someone like you around. Can you hold me up? I wanna tell you secrets no one's ever heard before.
All right, I have one last question. If you were an animal, what would you be and why?
Need you to hold me up. I need someone like you around. So hold me up, oh, hold me up. No, I know you'll never let me down. Say hold me up, oh, hold me up. No, I need someone like you around. Can you hold me up?
Alrighty, as soon as you guys finish up your groups, we can take a seat. We have our next game to play. Just finish them up. No rush. Yes, give Kat your cards up front here. Any other cards? All right, Sophia, next slide, please. This is a very special game. I really enjoy this game. This is called Dance Your Hat and Gloves Off. So I need 2 volunteers, first of all, who wants to do it. All right, we'll do Aaliyah, and anyone else? We'll do Mia. All right. So I have, for each of you, a hat and some gloves. So do me a favor and put those on. And Sophia's gonna play some music, and the goal of this game is to dance your hat and gloves off. But the rules are, you can't use you can't like pull them apart. You can't use any objects to help you. You just have to shake them off. And so, Sophia, if you would play "Shake It Off" by Taylor Swift, we will. And the first one to do it wins. Alrighty, here we go. Yeah, all the way on, all the way on.
Too late.
All right, are we ready, Sophia? Here we go. All right, shake them off, shake them off. The first person to shake them all the way off wins. You got it, come on. Woo, woo.
That's what people say.
Yeah, we're so close. Get the hat off.
Too many dates.
Yo! I didn't see who was first. Who was first? Mia? Woo! Okay, Mia, I'll have a prize for you later. Alrighty. We can do another round. Do I have any more volunteers? Who wants to go next? Charlotte, do you want to? Yeah? Yeah! Charlotte, do you want to? Come on, okay. Alrighty, I got some for you. And for you right here. Alrighty, and wait for you guys to put those on. Make sure it's all the way on, though. Alrighty. Yeah, everybody dance too. Okay, make sure they don't feel alone. We're all get up. Woo, woo. All right, are we ready? We're ready. Go. Oh, already! Oh my gosh! I didn't see. I was dancing too hard. Was it a tie? Tie? Okay. You want to do it again? Do it again. Do it again. Okay, put them on again. All right. Make sure these are on. Perfect. All the way. Alrighty. On your mark. Get set. Go. Woo! Oh! Oh! That was so fast. You guys are so good at this. All right, Charlotte. I'll have a prize for you. there. Thank you so much. Wow. All right. I think we have time for one more round if anyone wants to go again. I do have a. Oh. Any volunteers? Harrison, you want to go? Okay. Here you go. You want us to be? All right.
Cause the players gonna play, and the haters gonna hate, baby. I'm just gonna shake.
My God, that hat was made for me. I can tell you that. It fit right in. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you. I'll keep the hat for later. All right.
Already.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that was awesome. Thank you, Katie. All right. Okay. Give me a second. That was a lot of me. Yeah. It was really hard to try to pick that hat up. Gonna be honest, it didn't move at all. Yeah. I'm dizzy, and I just felt like the hat was stuck in there. Okay, so now, in case you don't know me, my name is Harrison, and I'm one of the MCC interns. And you guys haven't seen me in a while, but tonight I'm gonna be following the story of what is like the adventures of following Jesus. Okay, this is a story that Shelly has been going on in these past few days, few weeks. So I'm gonna continue that with you guys. But something that I like to do is I'm from Guatemala, so I like you guys to teach you words in Spanish. So I have the word of the week that I do every week. So this week we have a sentence because the last time I did this, you guys were awesome at it. So I was like, what? Don't try to challenge you guys. So our sentence of the week is walking in water. So I'm gonna teach you how to say it. Don't worry, I'm gonna teach you how to say it. But this is very important because it's gonna be talking what we're gonna be talking about tonight. So walking on water, we're gonna go word by word. Is caminar en agua. Okay? So we're gonna go word by word. We're gonna go with the first one, okay? Caminar en agua. Agua is just water. Just like you will survive with these words anywhere in the world. Okay? Hi Josephine. Oh, you came just in time for the word of the week. There you go. Anyway, okay guys, we'll try one more time and then we'll move on. So walking on water is caminar en agua. All right. You see, you guys are amazing at this. I will bring more harder next time. Okay, so this week, like I said, we will continue with the adventure of following Jesus. So we're going to be talking about how Jesus makes us live courageously. But before we start, I don't think many of you know, but I'm part of my college swimming team. So I practice or train with them 4 times a week. And every day I go train with them, I swim about 60 to 70 laps in less than an hour. Okay? For all this time that I have swimming in there and been working on water, I have learned to respect water. Because water is probably one of the best things in the world. We use it to survive. We need that to stay hydrated. We need that to have fun. You know, you go to water parks, balloon fights, gun fights, water gun fights. And we use it just to swim, just to have small fun. But at the same time, when you think about water, water can make storms, can make hurricanes, can make tsunamis. So we have all these things that water can do. For example, let's say that we hear a storm is coming. What is the first thing that we will do? So, put your hand up. What was the first thing that you would do if I told you right now that a storm is coming? A huge storm. Go for me. You'll see it right here. Okay, okay. You will close the door and sit over here. What is it? What would you do? Okay, you will go outside to see the storm with an umbrella. Okay, that's nice. We'll make popcorn. Okay, so everybody's going to dare against the storm. That's what I'm learning for you guys. For but another answer that can happen too is like we will look for shelter to be safe and don't and survive to look another day. But it's yeah, Mia will be the only one who will look for shelter. Okay, everybody else will love to see the storm going on. But what I want to share with you guys is that although when we think about storms, is that we want to look for shelter, many times we feel like fighting a storm is impossible because physically we cannot fight a storm. But there is one person that can resist any storm and fight any storm, and that's Jesus. And when it comes to storms, it can be any natural storm, spiritual storms, or emotional storms. And he don't he don't just fight the storms or resist the storms. He can also do great things by walking on water. And we're gonna be talking about this tonight, about how amazing it is for God, for Jesus to be walking on water in this story. So tonight we're gonna be reading Matthew 14, verse 22 to 32. So we're gonna see, you guys gonna see up here. I'm gonna read it from here. So it says 22. Immediately Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of him to the other side while he dismissed the crowd. After he had dismissed them, he went out to the mountainside by himself to pray. Later that night he was there alone, and the boat was already a considerable distance from the land, buffered by the waves because the wind was against it. Shortly before dawn, Jesus went out to them, walking on the lake. When the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. "It's a ghost," they said, and cried out in fear. But Jesus immediately said to them, "Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid, it is you, it is Lord." "If it is you," Peter replied, "tell me to come to you on the water." "Come," he said. Then Peter got down on the boat, walked on water, and cried out. Oh wait, I lost myself. Walked on water and came towards Jesus, but when he saw the wind, he was afraid and began to sink. Cry out, "Lord!" Peter cried out, "Lord, save me!" Immediately Jesus reached out of his hand, caught him. "You of little faith," he said, "why did you doubt?" And when they climbed into the boat, the wind died down. The wind died down. I'm sorry, my tongue. Okay. So now, after this story, we're gonna look into more in it. We're gonna be focusing on two people. We're gonna be focusing on Jesus, and we're gonna be focusing on Peter. Okay. So first, we're gonna be talking about Jesus. And what I want to talk about Jesus is how Jesus can make the impossible possible. How Jesus was able to walk on the lake. Just not walk in the lake. He was walking on water, and he walked on the water when there was a huge storm going on. We can read from the story that the boat was moving around, was doing all these different like terrifying scenes of like you see the wind coming in, the disciples are there, like that you see big waves coming in, and Jesus is walking towards them with all of this happening. Okay? So now, just thinking about the storm of the moment, you can think that it would be terrifying. But I would like you guys to have a better idea what a storm can do. Okay? So my dad is in the Coast Guard, and he works as responding to storms. And he shared with me some pictures of what a storm did. So I'm gonna show you the first picture. It's about this boat who fell to the side because the wind dropped him on the side of the ocean. This took about 100 people to just to try to bring it back to shore because the wind was so strong that when they tried to pull the boat back to land, the wind and the water was pulling it back to the ocean. The next picture we can see how they were trying to, like you can see how this move it to the side. That's what was supposed to be under. And the next picture is what they were trying to do. Since the water was pulling it, they decided just to cut the boat in pieces because it would be easier for them to bring it back without the wind fighting them. Now he also went to on the islands to, after a hurricane, These and other pictures, the Virgin Islands, of what the wind did after the storm passed. The wind brought out all these boats. They turned them around, destroyed them, and there's one of his friends working on it, and just trying then working on it, trying to bring it out. So this is what a storm can do. This is the strength that you can imagine fighting with the disciples were fighting. They were in the boat with a huge storm, and they knew something like this could happen to them. They were frightened. They were just like they felt like they were alone. Like they felt like there was nobody that can help them. Now, just thinking about that, you can think that was a terrifying experience to have. But can you imagine that the disciples were going through these moments of fear, doubt, and still Jesus uniquely showed himself to them in a way that nobody would expect him. He came walking towards them very calmly on the water and shout to them to be courageous. Although they had all the favor, they had all the option to say, I'm scared, I don't want to be here. Jesus came to them in a very calm and peaceful way and told them, I'm here with you. I'm here for you. So be courageous. This storm is just passing by. I'm here with you right now. So now that Jesus wants us to live courageously because he will be with us through any of our storms. And each one of us have a storm that we're going through. We all know go through the same storms. We cannot compare each other to that. It can be like attending to a new school. It can be seeing new people, making new friends, going to new places. Or just to make it simple, coming back after a whole year or so and staying at home single day. As for me, I want to share with you guys. For me, I've been going through a very difficult storm, spiritual and emotional storm. My family just left about 2 weeks ago, and I spent there. I live in Guatemala without my family for 15 years. Moved here, lived with them for 6 years, and they just moved away. So I've been going through this storm of disencouragement, of feeling like I'm by myself. But even though I've had those emotions, I still believe that God is with me. And He was with me these past 2 weeks, I think almost a month now. Um, and I've been going to be able to go through this storm because I know He's with me and He won't leave me alone. And He won't bring me this far to leave me by myself. So you guys can think about the same. No matter how hard the storm you're going through, no matter how difficult it seems, you guys, God brought you all the way here, and He won't leave you by yourself in those difficult moments. Now, now that we know that God is with us, I want you to think about something. Can you think how courageous you have to be, like Peter, to ask God to let him walk on water with him? Like, who would do that? Like, if you see Jesus walking towards you on water, and you know that if you step out of the boat, you're gonna go out in the deep ocean or lake, you know that's the result. But still, Peter decided to ask Jesus for the opportunity to walk on water. And now they will know that God has the power to make the impossible possible, like making Peter walk on water or just stopping a storm. It's the same. We can see that He can bring courage and peace to the disciples in those moments. So now focusing a little more on Peter, we can relate to him in many different ways. Because I know there are times that we feel discouraged by the storm that we go through or the hard times. But there's still the moments that we know that we can share the same emotions with this passage. That we want somebody to be with us, and Jesus is with us. Okay? But I want to share with you guys a little story. Have you guys ever tried to walk on water? Like, you try it? No? Well, I'm gonna share you a story of how I tried to walk on water. Okay? So first, I trained to walk on water. So I was in middle school, and I was learning about this story about how Jesus walked on water, and I was so pumped. I was like, if Jesus can do it, I can do it. So I went home, and the first thing I did was I grabbed a bowl of water, and I put my hand on it, and I count how many seconds it took my hand to sink on the ball. It was like less than a second. So I was like, okay, I have to figure out how to make sure my whole body stays there for more than a second before my hands sink. So I did this for almost a week. Every day I spent an hour on my bathroom doing this on my sink, trying to see how I can make my hand stay still on the water. And then I was like, you know what? This is not working because I need to do it in a pool. Because if I don't try only with my hand, it's no way I can do it only with my body. So I went with my parents and I told them, hey, I want to go to the pool. And they asked me why, and I was like, because I'm gonna try to walk on water. And they look at me kind of like a little concerned about it. But I was like, I got it. I've been training for this for a week. And I was like, and they were like, no, I don't know, you can do it. But I was like, yes, I can. So they said yes. Like the next 2 days, we went to the pool, and I was there in the pool. I was like looking at the pool. I was like, okay, I got this. I got on my knees and I touched the pool, touched the water, and I was like, no, I cannot do this. I was like, I'm not Jesus. I don't think I can do that. It's like all my training went out the window in that moment. So I was like, I was thinking about it. I was like, I took my distance. I was like, you know what? I'm not Jesus, so I cannot walk on water. But I am a person, so I can run on water. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna take the courage and I'm gonna run towards the pool, and I'm just gonna run to the other side. I was like, I trained for this. I was like, my hand was on the water for a few seconds. I was like, there is no way that I can do it like this very easy. So I was looking at the pool, staring at the pool. I was like, okay, I got this. So I took a deep breath. I was like, stop running, 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 put my feet and went straight down. Yeah. So it didn't work at all. It's just like as soon as my feet, my like it did this, it just went straight down. Yeah. I was in the 6 feet pool. I was just like straight down. I was like, no work at all. So I realized I was like, when I was reading this story, I was like, that's what would normally happen. I was like, when you try to walk on water, you cannot do it, or run on water, which was my experience. Is like you will feel like this, just like you feel like you're drowning, going down the fall down. So now, as I was scared, and I even took the courage to try to do this. That's how usually you will do it. Like you go straight to the bottom without even looking what's gonna happen. But now, can you imagine the feeling of excitement that Peter felt when he was actually walking on water? When he was doing the impossible? When he like took that courage to ask Jesus to get him there, and he was actually, I'm gonna imagine this is the water, I cannot walk on air. So he just put his feet down, and he was just walking on water with Jesus. And you can think that that was probably the best moment in somebody's life. You have Jesus in front of you. You are walking on water. Like your faith has to be so strong that you don't have to be shaken by anything. You're like, you're courageous. You're doing the impossible. Jesus is in front of you. Like that's perfect. But, but Peter got scared by the wind of the storm. And when he did that, he took his eyes away from Jesus, and he let Peter take over, and he started sinking. And in those moments, like we read, he started screaming at Jesus, asking for help. And Jesus, even in those moments when he knew that Peter stopped believing, that he lost a little faith in him, he still went and grabbed his hand and brought him out to safety. Because no matter the moments that we are in the storm, and no matter if we believe or not, Jesus will always go for you to save you. No matter how deep you go, no matter how slow you're going, He will always bring you out to safety. No matter the storm, no matter the ocean you're trying to drown, no matter how difficult it seems. So, I just want to assure you that it's okay if there are moments that you doubt, because we all go through those moments. Adults, even more seniors, everybody go through doubt in any moment in their life. So, when you guys take as we live courageously with God, that means that we put our faith and we put our trust in Him, believing that He will be there for us in any moment. So now, I want to encourage you guys to live courageously, and I want to let you know that you're not alone, because God's presence is with you. He also provides leaders here to support you, and you have each one of your small groups. Also, if you guys are looking for a place to practice courageous, or practice to being courageous, I want to invite you to help tomorrow on the shelter. The shelter is a project that we do in San Rafael, where we go and give food, um, clothes to the homeless. And I know it might feel scary, and maybe you're doubtful in some moments that we can do this kind of service, but we can step out courageously with God's presence and do this kind of work. So if you're interested, please let me know or Shelly know, and we would love to have you there. And we'll give you all the info that you need. Now, hello. So now we're gonna let me pray for us, and as we pray, then we'll go into our small groups. Okay? 1 minute. Thank you. Okay. Oh, awesome. Gonna do 2 minutes. I pray in Spanish and then I pray in English. So I'll pray in Spanish, then I'll pray in English. Okay? So you guys don't get scared like what I'm doing. Okay, so the Father, thank you God. Oh no, that's Spanish. I got confused with my own language. El Padre, Espíritu Santo. Gracias Señor por un día más de vida. Gracias por esta oportunidad que nos da los niños. Gracias por los líderes, por estos niños que están aquí, por tu presencia, por estar con ellos. Solo tú puedes estar sin miedo y seguir adelante durante las tormentas, en el océano que vayan bajando ellos. Que no estarán solos y tú siempre estarás con ellos a pesar de las dificultades o de lo bueno y lo malo. No importa en lo más profundo que estén o lo más lejos que vayan, tú siempre estarás ahí para salvarlos. Así que protégelos, danos una buena protección a los que van en la noche y aman a los enfermos. God, as we are here tonight, I'm thankful for this leader, for this gift. They took the time to be here and learn about you and be with your presence. God, as we go tonight, just be with these kids and let them be alone with their struggles, that you're always with them, your presence is with them. No matter how far they're going down, or how slow they're going, you'll always be there to help them. In this place, please let them know that you're here for them, will be loved and care. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Awesome. So, guys, it's great to see you. So, you guys know we're gonna go to have our small groups. So, find your leader and let's keep going. Yay! Woo! Let's go.